Hello children, welcome to the English session. In today's video, we will be learning an important topic of writing skills, that is notice writing. Now before learning how to write a notice, you need to know that a notice is written to convey information or news to a large number of people in any organization. Now children, we put up notice to convey the news or to share the information with the people of any organization. Organization can be a school, a college, a university, an agency, etc. Right? So we create notices generally to share news or a piece of information with a large number of people. Okay? Now the question is, what can be a notice about? A notice can be about any event that is going to happen or take place in future. Okay, so generally notices are written about any event or function, a competition, an exhibition, or a program. And children, it depends on the organization that how it shares its notices with the group of people. Okay, and it also varies from one organization to the other. Generally notices are put up on the notice board. Okay, they are displayed on the notice board and a large number of people can read it from there. In your schools also you might have seen that on the notice board special notices are put up for different events, different competitions, different functions, your annual function also, isn't it? So it depends from one organization to another that how they are displaying their notices. Okay, now since we are following virtual platform, everything is being shared on this virtual platform. Being at home, all the notices are shared with you virtually on your mobile phones, or you can say on your classrooms, isn't it? So it depends on the organization how it wishes to share the notice to the people. Okay. Now children, since the notice is shared to a large number of people, it has to be very specific and very clear. If any information is missing in the notice, then that is not useful for the people who are reading it. Okay, a good notice is a one that gives the complete information. Always keep in mind this. So you need to you need to furnish all the necessary details. You need to provide all the necessary information whatever is required, right? So there is a proper format that we need to follow. Okay, so I am sharing that format with you. First of all children, you need to keep in mind that a notice is always written in a box. Okay, so whenever you draft a notice, you have to put that notice in a box, right? Second most important thing is that your notice should not be very large, right? It should not have a large piece of information. It should not be more than 50 words. So in short only you have to provide all the details, right? Now the first line of the notice has to be the name of the organization along with the place. Okay, now name of the organization means the organization who is issuing the notice, the issuing authority name. Okay, if you are getting the notice from your school, you might have seen that on the top there is the name of the school, right? So if you are writing, if your school is issuing any notice, then there will be the name of your organization, Sir Padampat Singhani Education Center, comma Kanpur. Place also is important to write. Okay, then after leaving one line, you need to write date on the left hand side and notice in the center, right? Keep in mind that this notice has to be in block letters. Block letters means capital letters, right? Then again we leave one line, and then in the next line you have to give a title to your notice, or you can say the heading, what the notice is about. If the notice is about any competition, you need to write drawing competition or football match, okay, or elocution competition, debate competition, any upcoming event for which you need to give the notice, the heading has to be mentioned here, right? Then again we leave one line, and from here we start mentioning the body of the notice, right? We start mentioning all the details in short. Do not exceed the word limit, right? Then when you finish off with your details, then leaving one line, you have to write the full name. Okay, the person who has written the notice, right? The person who is writing the notice, full name of that person and the designation, who the person is. The person is the school captain, or the person is the teacher of the school, or the person is the class leader, or the sports captain. It depends who is writing the notice. Okay, I hope children I am clear to you. Now here when we talk about the content, what has to be written here in the body? So here you need to give proper details, right? Proper details like what the notice is about, then who it is addressed to. Suppose you are addressing the students of the school, so you need to mention, the notice has to be very much clear about who you are addressing, right? Then you need to mention where the event has to be held, right? Okay, where the event or the competition has to be held and when it has to be held. Okay, when the date is very very important, the date and also the time. Then you need to write what to do. What to do means, if you are asking the people, if you are asking the people in the notice to participate, then what do they have to do? For participating in any event or for taking part in any competition, what they need to do, you have to mention in the notice only that those who wish to participate can give the names to the class teachers or to the sports teacher, or depending on the question of the notice. Then you also need to mention whom. Who means, in case of any problem or any issue, whom should the reader approach, right? For example, by in the end you can mention a line saying for further information contact the undersigned. Undersigned means the person who has signed below, right? So these are the things that you need to keep in mind about the content, right? Your content should have what. What means what the notice is about, who it is addressed to, where is the event to be held, when is it to be held, what to do for participating in the event or the competition, and whom to whom to approach in case of any queries, right? So I hope the format is very much clear to you children. Just note it down in your registers, right? Then in your workbook on page number 76, there are some points to remember given. It is given that the notice must be written in a square box. Children, it is not necessary that the box has to be in square shape. It can be a rectangle also, right? Then give an attractive heading in the block letters. I have already told you, okay? Then state clearly the event with date and time. I have already shared with you that you need to mention when. In this when, the date and time of the event will be included. Then it is written, date must be mentioned on the top left, right? After the name of the organization, you have to leave one line and you need to mention the date. Then the notice must carry a signatory designation on the left bottom, okay, in block letters. Here the left bottom in block letters. It is not necessary to write in block. You can also write in sentence case, normal handwriting, normal letters. Then the word notice must be written in block letters. This heading notice has to be put in block letters. Children, three things you need to write in block letters: name of the organization, place, then notice, and then this heading. I hope you will keep in mind this. If you wish, you may write in capital letters since it is given in your workbook. If not, then you can also write in sentence case as we generally write. Okay. Now, let us practice one question from the book that is given. Now, children, we will be discussing the first notice writing question. Okay. And the second one you will try to attempt on your own. The first notice writing question says, you are Parul Goyal, the school sports captain. You have been asked to inform the students about an inter-school football match write a notice with all necessary details. Now children, the first thing that you need to keep in mind is a notice is always put up in a box, right? So I have already made a box for writing my notice. Okay. Second thing, you need to begin your notice from the left hand side. The first line has to be the name of the organization. Now since in the question no organization name is given, so you can write any name. You can even write your school name. For example, I am writing St. Thomas School. Okay, and then we have to mention the place also. Place also. So you can write any city. I am writing Delhi. Okay. Then after that, you have to leave one line, as I shared with you when I was teaching you the format of notice writing. Then we then we leave one line. Okay. Then in the third line, from the left hand side, we put the date. Now which date? The date when you are writing the notice. Okay, the date when you are drafting the notice. So I am writing it today. So I will write today's date. 19th January 2021. Okay, and in the center we write notice in block letters. Okay, then again we leave one line and here we write the heading. So what is the event about? It's about an inter-school football match. So you can mention here inter-school football match. Right? Now children, see that everything I have written in capital. Okay, capital letters. Now after this you have to leave one line again and then you need to begin your notice addressing the people to whom you need to inform. Okay, so we have to inform the students. Parul Goyal has to inform the students. So you can write all the students. Now children, you have to write in running handwriting, not in capitals. All the students are hereby informed that an inter-school football match will be held on. Now you have to mention a future date. When is the football match going to be held? Now today is 19th, so you can write any imaginary dates. You can write 31st of January. So an inter-school football match is going to be held on 31st January. Okay, you need to mention the time also. At 10 a.m. where it will be held? In the school playground. Right? So you need to mention all the things. What, where and when. Right? In the school playground. Then interested students can give their names to the sports teacher by. Now by shows the maximum time. In prepositions we have learned now by shows maximum time. So you can give any date. If the match is on 31st, you can collect names by 28th of January or say 25th of January. Right? So all the students are hereby informed that an inter-school football match will be held on 31st of January at 10 a.m. in the school playground. Full stop. Interested students may give their names to the sports teacher by 25th of January 2021. Right? Then you can mention for further details, contact the undersigned. Now children, there is a sample given. You can refer to the sample for writing the notice. Okay. You may then in the end you will write for further details, contact the undersigned. And undersigned, whose name will you write? Not your name. If any name is given in the question, then you have to write that name. If no name is given in the question, then you can write your own name. So in the end, you will write Parul Goel. Okay, and then last we write the designation. Designation means the post of that person, what this person is. It is mentioned in the question that she is the sports captain. So you can write here sports captain. All right. So this is how, children, we write the notice. Very short, to the point, covering all the details. No information should be skipped, right? I have told you few points, isn't it? What has to be written under the content. So you need to cover everything. What, who, where, how, and whom to contact, right? So keep in mind all the details and just be very particular about the format of the notice, isn't it? You have to see that everything has to be in capital, proper space is given, lines are left, and the most important thing, that your notice is put up in a box, right? I hope, children, this is clear to you. Now try to attempt the second notice writing question that is given in your book. If not, if you are not able to do, then you can ask me in the next class, right? I'll also be attaching the Google sheet along with this, in which I'll be giving the solution to these questions, right? But first you try attempting on your own. Now, children, we meet in the next video. Revise this notice writing again and again. It is very, very scoring if you are clear with the rules, right? In notice, we do not cut marks, and you get full marks if you give the complete information and if you follow a proper format, right? So revise this and prepare it for your examination. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.